Well, good morning, everyone. It's Lori-Lynn, Spirit Within Us, and thank you for being at my channel today. And if you'd like, please subscribe. And timestamps are below. Today, I'm just going to do quick messages, just perhaps things you need to know or remember or remind yourself of throughout the day as things go along. And so I'll have 4 piles to choose from: the green calcite, the clear calcite with the quartz on top, the black obsidian, and the granite rock. And so again, thank you, and I hope that I can help you with a message and along your day today. So let's get at her. Okay, I think that's set up. So again, the piles are the green calcite, the crystal calcite, the black obsidian, and the quartz. And the decks that I am using today are the Super Attractor, so just with a positive message, Archangel Michael cards, by Doreen Virtue, and the other deck, which I have no idea what the name is called, but it does say that today we should begin our day with a clearing. And so always remember to clear, and start your day out fresh and new. And so I'm just asking to bless this reading with health, luck, wealth, regeneration. And with this blessing, my cabinets, wallets, home, and heart are filled with all that I require and desire. For this generosity, I am ever thankful, blessed be. And so I wish all the people that are here this same blessing in their life. Okay, so let's get started with pile number 1. Okay, so the first message is a message of support. And this can be taken in 2 ways. But in fact, this is about offering your support to somebody else. And when doing so, you can experience the joy of serving others. Typically from what I've experienced in my life, and that is that those who, quite often those who feel like they've been less supported, really want to be helpers, and they want to support people around them as much as they can. And so today there just may be somebody that's around you that really needs support. So be conscious of that and offer your support. And it could just be through a message, or maybe even a hug, maybe just listening to them. So whatever way that you can, offer your support to this person. Okay? And the next card is the Super Attractor. And it says, wow, okay, so it's along the same line. So true manifestations are powered by service and love. And so when you're offering this support, do it from a place of love, not from a place of getting something in return. Like that's the expectation or condition that you have to do something for me in order for me to offer you this support and give that support to you. And that's not what this is about. This is about offering your support to another, offering your service where needed. And it's to come from the heart, from a place of love. So just remember that when you're doing so. And the final card is the card of Archangel Raphael, and it's in regards to a healthy lifestyle. And so Eat a healthy, full diet, get adequate sleep, and exercise regularly for optimum health. So this card is just a reminder of all the things that are necessary that we need to do to lead and live a healthy lifestyle. And so to perhaps be more conscious of it. It seems that you are conscious, and it's probably within you to give support to others. But there's also this, that you need to give support to yourself and to do things that recognize that you love and care about yourself. So be conscious of the lifestyle that you are living, that you are leading, and bring forth what you truly want into your life. Okay, so that's the first pile. My quick message. Pile number 2, which is the clear calcite. And the first message is choice. And so the message is to reconsider a commitment and remember that you have the right to change your mind. And so for pile number 2, perhaps at this point, there's a choice that you may have made that you're being asked to take a look at today and to reconsider what you have chosen, with the reminder that you can always make a different choice. You can keep the same choice as well, but it's just to reconsider what that choice is, and from the place of the heart is the best way to follow through with making the choice. The second card is from the Super Attractor, and it's believing in spiritual guidance gives me certainty to the freedom to keeping my dreams, even when I can't yet see the results. So this may be in regards to a choice that you made, and perhaps you can't see at this point any positive or anything that's come out of that choice at this moment. But know that the universe is working on your behalf, and that things will start to move along, or they're probably happening behind the scenes, so to speak, aligning so that things will start moving forward. But you have to be in a state of faith and not in a state of fear or self-doubt or self-belief. So it's really asking you to take a look at your, or go back and take a look at the choice that perhaps that you made. And if you're thinking of making a different choice at this point, really looking at that choice, but also looking at the fact that there may be things going on behind the scenes that haven't quite manifested, but are on their way to you. And we don't always see what is going on. So belief and faith is not always being able to see the physical manifestation of it at this time, but know that your prayers are being heard, and that what you're asking for, what you're wanting most, the clarity that you've asked for is on its way. And the archangel that goes along with this card is Indigo and Crystal Children. And this is Archangel Metatron. And it states that you have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. And sensitive being who have gifts, children who have and this thought just came to me. So sometimes there's children that have a gift of clairescence, the gift of knowing or feeling. And so people that are empaths and true empaths, and that means that we can actually feel what other people are feeling. And so we become more hypersensitive to that. And until we've learned to understand that, we can really go through and suffer a lot of emotions. So at this point, perhaps your journey, and maybe one of the choices that you made was to begin a new career, start a new career, and maybe that was along the lines of, you know, helping children or doing readings, sharing your gifts, but it's to include children. And this is a reminder of that you are part of your pathway is to help these children, to give them the strength and the courage to be who they are, and to give them the self-esteem that is necessary for them in their world. So as they grow up, they have more confidence and assurance when they are using their gifts. So this choice may have included being of help to others. And so just remember that Spirit is working on your behalf, even though you cannot physically see it at this time. Okay, so for pile number 3, which is the Black Obsidian, the third card comes out, and it's the card of nature. So it says, take a walk, take some time to let the beauty of nature feed your soul. So it's not just taking a walk, but it's taking a walk and looking around and seeing all the beauty that's out there. I think this has a lot to do with the clearing, and it may be that there's so much that's going on at this time, and it may be a time for self-reflection, and that's why in the picture she's looking into the water. So perhaps this is about self-reflection for yourself and a reminder to nurture yourself and to feed your soul. Okay, and the super attractor card that comes with this, and the card says, when I act and live from a place of spiritual alignment, I can trust that everything is working out for me, even if I don't know when or how it will happen. And so coming back to that place of trust and faith and just knowing that the universe is, when we set our energy and align that energy with God and ground it into the earth, that we are living in spiritual alignment, because we're doing from the heart, from that place of love, and that's usually connected to our solar plexus chakra, and that's that intuition. And we're not doing from that gut instinct that is filled with fear. What we're doing is we're trying to, and again, the clearing card keeps coming up. And so this is about clearing out that sacral chakra. And the sacral chakra's job is about relationships. And so to clearing out that fear within relationships, past and present relationships, so that you can cleanse those relationships, send love, send forgiveness, send blessings, so that you can be whole and feel complete. And know that when you are spiritually aligned, that you can trust that everything is working in that alignment. Okay? And the Archangel card is Archangel Zadkiel, who's one of my archangels. And he says, keep an open mind and learn new ideas. Then teach these new ideas to others. So never ever stop learning. And I do believe that our life is our greatest teacher. I think that sometimes I'll get pounced on for this, but I do believe we spend too much time in books and we don't spend enough time in experiences. And if we could teach our children, well, it's a song, children are what they're taught. And the reminder there is that within the first 5 years of our lives, we learn the most about ourselves from the way people treat us, from the way our family treats us. And that's an extended family and usually friends within the neighborhood. But that's where we most learn about ourselves. And the greatest lessons that we can learn are in regards to ourselves. And it's from that point, from the next several years, we then spend time reinforcing what we've learned. So if we've learned that we are positive, that we are worth something, that we are going places, we're going to believe that, and we're going to do things to reinforce what we've learned. Yet if we've learned as a child that we were not worth anything, or we've seen different things that scared us, then we are going to, for the next several years, we are going to fill our subconscious with all of that solidifies what we believe to be true in those first years in our lives. And so as we get older, one of the things that we can do, and that people will tend to do at certain ages, especially those with lower self-esteem or with certain issues, is to reflect back. And so that's the card of nature. So doing some reflection back and allowing the beauty of nature to feed your soul. Because at this point, really, your soul needs to be nurtured. You need to nurture that part within yourself that may have doubted. And you need to align with the spiritual, divine spirit, and ground yourself and trust that everything is working out as planned, as you have asked, as you've put out there. And so this is a training, a new teaching for you. And as you learn these lessons, you're able to share those lessons with others and perhaps make a difference in their life, in their world. Okay, so that's the third deck. And the final deck is the quartz. And the first card is passion. This has, all these readings have something to do, I guess, with childhood for some reason, because it says resurrect a childhood dream. Let your passion take flight. And so if you're in a space today that just asking you to sit back and think, and am I doing what I truly love to do, or am I just going through motions because of whatever necessary reasons there are? And this may not be about changing careers, but it's reminding yourself of your childhood passions. This picture shows of a little girl that's playing the piano, perhaps playing the piano or playing the guitar or writing or just going out and remembering what you loved to do as a child and what you wanted to do as a child. I know for me, I loved to, spend a lot of time in nature, and I did a lot of dreaming, and I loved to write. And so I used to write crazy stories, and just from what I've thought from my life, and they were just fantasy stories, and I enjoyed it, but it was very healing to myself. So for me, perhaps this is about resurrecting this childhood dream, and not forgetting that as children we had passions, and to start to nurture those passions within yourself, and to allow this passion to take flight. And this card within the Super Attractor, and the card says, when I'm grateful for all that I have, I can feel good along the way to what I desire. And so in gratitude, and gratitude is an attitude, but to give gratitude every single day for all that you have. Most importantly, I say the lessons that we've learned, perhaps the people along the way that you were able to make smile, for the people that along the way they were able to make you smile. I was in the store last night, and there was this woman with her daughter that was in front of me, and they were hysterical. They were just, they were having such a good time, and it's in the midst of this pandemic, and we all have to keep our distances, and they were both wearing their masks and gloves and such. But even through that, they found the time to really enjoy being together and sharing those special moments. And as we were walking along, and I met them up at the freezer section again, and I said to them, there was years ago, and I remember this so clearly because it was such a fun day, and I took my niece and my two nephews out. The niece and nephew were quite young at the time. They were probably 10 and 8, and my other nephew was probably 20. And all four of us went into Dollarama, and we put on these silly caps, and we just walked around being really silly. And there was this lady behind us, and she was following us around. And I said to one of the kids, I said, move in closer because this lady wants to get by, because she'd been behind us for quite a while. She said, no. She says, I'm following you around because you were having so much fun that I wanted to experience that as well. And so never lose those moments. And that reminded me when I was in the store yesterday. And so I stopped this lady and her daughter, and I said, first of all, keep your distance. But then I said, I'm not trying to stalk you, but I really have enjoyed your commitment to one another and your joyfulness and your sense of spirit. And so I'm very grateful that I chose, and I did choose to go to the store at that time because I didn't want to all day. And then I decided that I think I'm going to go to the store. And so I'm grateful for my decision, and I'm grateful that I went at that exact time that was necessary for me to experience some joy in my life at that time. So within every experience that we go to, that we come along, to remind ourselves that there's a lesson within that experience, and to find some goodness in the experience. And it's always there. always, always, always there. So just look for it and be grateful for that. And that's going to help you to feel good along the way, along your path. And the gooder you feel, the more you attract. I like making up words. And the final card in this regard is, again, outdoors. So there's a few cards in this pile, and they're about getting outside and connecting with nature. And remind yourself, and even if it's raining out, so it's raining out, go get wet, go jump in a puddle, go do what you need to connect with nature. Nature brings us back to our true self because it doesn't ask anything of us. It just offers. It's continually offering us, and it's what we are choosing to see. And so see the beauty that's out there and experience it and feel that, and then use that energy to clear and to cleanse and to sit in that energy, and perhaps take a moment to set intentions or to pray. Okay, so that's the final cards, and I'm just going to pull 3 cards from the women's deck, just as an overall message that may need to be heard at this time. And so to give some insight to anybody that needs it. And the first is the card of the soul's truth. The second is fearless love. And the third is ageless beauty. And so in all these readings, this is really about, today is asking us to go back and discover what our soul's truth is, which is not the same as another's. We've all come here for different lessons, for different reasons. And this is discover your soul's truth. And within that is the card of fearless love, and reminding yourself that you are the only person that can completely and wholly love yourself unconditionally. You can remove those limitations, those boundaries, those blocks. So spend some time removing those blocks and love yourself fearlessly, knowing that you are worthy and deserving of everything. There's also an aspect here of ageless beauty, and I think that it's come up, and maybe it's more directed at myself. And the card is it's never too late. And as we grow with experience. We grow with experience of our life, from watching others, from connecting with others. And so remember that beauty is not only physical, but it's mental, and it is an essence about us. And so true beauty comes from the inside, not from the outside. It comes from the inside. So connect with that beauty within yourself, and then radiate that outwards. Okay, so that is today's readings, and I'm back up here. Thanks for coming today, and I hope that you have an incredible day, an incredible weekend, and share your love wherever you go. Be kind to one another. Remember that we're all in this together, and that some of us need more help at this moment than others, and to be there for yourself and be there for others. Okay? Namaste, much love, and blessings.